Look at all this loot! DJ, none for you! Welcome back, I'm Captain Xavier, and I am a shameless fan of getting free stuff. Especially free things designed by people in our hobby, for our hobby, and especially when they seem to have done a really good job on their design work, both functionally as cosmetically. And that's what we have here. We have the rifled barrels that were sent to me by Detroit Dartworks. We have 3 different styles, technically 4. And I'm going to be taking them to the range and doing some plinking and seeing if I can see a really noticeable difference in performance. The 3 different types, we have a low-profile rifled barrel that is designed to go in your dart zone blasters in that barrel lug that they all have. We have a slightly larger profile, and as far as I can tell, the only difference between them is cosmetic. This one has the bigger spiral barrel, which is just really cool looking, and this one has a much smaller profile. And it's actually a good thing that they do them, because this one will not actually fit in all blasters, where I haven't found one where this one won't fit yet. Give me time, I'll probably find one. And then the last one is this one, which has a tightening collet, and it comes with different ones for different barrels. So the one that's in here is for your standard worker barrel, Caliburn barrel, that kind of steel barrel, but then they also do have one for 17/32 brass. Now, I don't think I have any blasters with enough exposed 17/32 brass to actually use that, so I'm not going to. I'm going to use a Swift with a medium level spring. It's not the heaviest spring, it's not the lightest spring, but it does have plenty of zing, and I'm going to use this one on there because I think it matches the color nicely. It's a beautiful, slightly sparkly filament. So that goes on there. It just pushes on, and then you tighten it simply by screwing this down, and it tightens on there beautifully. So we have that. For the other ones, what I'm going to be testing is a variety of dart zone blasters, because that's what they're meant for. We have a striker here, and the striker can take either of the barrels because it has an exposed opening, so you can in fact fit that just on there, and it just kind of extends the barrel a little bit. You could also go with this one, which I think I probably will, because again I think that matches a little bit better, and I do like, I mean, it just extends the barrel. It's the exact same diameter. It looks really slick on there. For a Nexus, I've got this one, and I'll be going with the other one, because again, it seems to match the color very nicely. I cannot imagine that is a coincidence. And now we have a nice little bit of barrel on there, a little bit more detail. Lovely. And the final dart zone one that I'm going to pull out is, in fact, my Tomcat. And the Tomcat is the one where this barrel won't actually fit. This stuff they have up here prevents this from actually seating all the way, so it wouldn't quite fit on there, and you'd have a bit of a gap between the barrel and the rifling, and that would potentially not work out so well. Luckily, we have the low profile one, which fits on there beautifully, and I like that it doesn't extend. It's not going to get snapped off. I have had that happen on some scar barrels where you hit it on a tree or you drop the blaster or whatever, and you end up shearing off your scar barrel. Here, that is so low profile that is just not going to happen. And I like that. I like how low profile they are. But the question is, how much of an actual improvement does it make? So we're going to take it to the range. We're going to fire it without the scar barrels, all of them without the scar barrels, and then we'll load them up with the scar barrels. So here we go, to the range. We're going to load up all the stuff in the cart. Right, we're here on the range, rapidly losing daylight. Hopefully I can get through this before it gets too much darker. We're here on the range. I have a variety of blasters with varying levels of optics and all sorts of that, and we're gonna plink and see if adding that barrel makes a difference. Now, this is obviously not a scientifically exhaustive test. We're not testing to see if, with a perfectly tuned blaster and a perfect wind calculations and all of that, can I hit the flea off of a dog's back at 500 yards. No, this is does simply adding that barrel make a noticeable enough difference that I can tell here on this range. It's not actually a train, it's a truck going by on the tracks. They do that. All right, let us plink. So this is the control. This has no scar of any kind. Can I hit anything at all? No, apparently not. I was aiming for a bottle. I got him. I'm pretty sure that was luck. Try again. Yeah. So, a bit all over the place. Obviously I could hit a man-sized target at that range, but can I hit a little bottle? So, we're gonna add the scar barrel MacGuffin-y thing. It's not actually a scar, it's just rifling. Put that right in there, simple as that to install, and now can I hit anything at all? Once I find 0, oh, a little lower. There it is. Oh. Oh, round's complete. It may not seem like it, because again, I am not a marksman, but I could in fact see a noticeable difference. It was much more consistent. This thing could use a little bit more zeroing, but that would kind of... lots of buts. But it definitely seemed like an improvement. Let's try another blaster. We're now going to try the Striker, starting of course with no barrel. This one does not have a fancy optic. This has the optic it came with. And this should be amusing to see if I can hit anything. And to go set the targets back up. And there we have it. Here we go. I was aiming for the one all the way on the left, hit the one in the middle, it bounced over and hit the one on the far right. We try again. This control is not going the way I expected it to. That's a little bit more like I expected, so we're all over the place. I think this is actually more of a hindrance. Yeah, all over the place. Let's add our rifling. Let's see if we can do any better. Apparently not. I blame me. Oh, we got our iron sights and a wonky eye. Let's try a different blaster. Something that is usually a bit more accurate and has an optic. Right, Tomcat does have an optic. See if we can hit anything at all with no fancy barrel. Well, that wasn't the one I was aiming at, so that should tell you something. That was horrific. There we go. Trying. Need to reload a bit. And now, with the barrel. See if it improves. There it is. I'm gonna reload a little bit more. I'm having a thought. it seems to be shooting consistently to the right, but we're gonna try some more, see what happens. Yep. It is very consistent, but my sight's a little off apparently, or I'm a little bit off. That's probably more likely. But again, significant improvement in consistency. Much more consistent. All right, we have one more, the good one. See how it does. My Swift, with no rifling of any kind on there. I'm sure you're all wondering, what is that strange optic you have on there? Well, you'll just have to wait till tomorrow to see the review on it. Unless you're watching this in the future, not the day that was released, then you could just skip it and watch it now. You know what, time is wibbly. We're gonna fling some foam. See if I can hit anything at all with this. There was like 5 or 6 darts down the barrel of that. Who used this last? Okay, let's try it again. I have no idea where those are going. All over the place, it looks like. No, that one didn't go anywhere. What the? This thing needs a tuning. Badly. I don't know what its problem is. We're gonna try it with a SCAR and see if it gets any better. I may need to go get the other Swift if this one is gonna continue to perform so very poorly. Here we go. I don't have any idea how it's shooting 3 feet low. That's just magic. And I hit them. Good Lord. One moment. Right, I've switched to my other Swift, transferred all of the stuff. Let's see if we can hit anything with this. That wasn't the one I was aiming at, but I hit one. And that one went. We try with the barrel. Do love how easy that is to install. Alright. Can I hit anything at all? I can. Oh, turn around. Yes! Yes, I can. Definitely need to tune that other Swift. I need to get John or Jose up here to teach me the ways of springers. Anyway, I dig them. Let's go talk about them. Archery. Roll the blur. Right, so my opinions based on this very simple and slapdash test is that they definitely do improve the accuracy. They definitely improve the consistency. Instead of missing by inches or sometimes even feet, I was missing by half an inch this way, half an inch that way. And it was a much more consistent grouping. Obviously, a much more comprehensive test would be to, use an actual stable platform and all of that. But again, I'm not a good enough shot and my blasters aren't well enough tuned for it really to make that much of a real difference. If I can see a clear difference just by shouldering it and firing it, that to me tells me that yes, there is merit in these. Now another question I'm sure many of you will have is how does it compare to other SCAR or rifling systems, whether it be long SCAR barrels or roller SCAR barrels or anything like that. And again, that would be a much more comprehensive test, having a well-tuned blaster and a steady setup and all of that, and testing all the different things, and that would be a fascinating test. I'd love to see that. That isn't what this video is about. And again, I don't have a well-tuned enough blaster, nor am I a good enough shot to really be able to even to have that the information gathered from a test like that be that valuable. So what I can tell you is I think these do in fact improve accuracy, and I really like, one, how low profile they are and how easy they are to add and remove. That's the big feature that these have that I really like. And I like the design. That spiral barrel looks really cool, and the fact that they seem to have color matched stuff fairly well to the various things, I appreciate that as well. So that's my take on the Detroit Dart Works Accu-Nub PCARs. Get yourself some. That's what I say. Thank you for watching.